Que paso, YouTube? Archman here. Again, without any fucking knives in the video. I know, it's tragic. More spinner stuff going on here. So, yeah, some new stuff in the rotation here. Just gonna... Don't really have an agenda. Friday night, after a 2-day work week, worked Thursday and Friday, and having a beer and messing with some spinners. So, man, the whole spinner thing it's pretty cool, you know. It's one of the things I'm really digging about it is that you can at least, all things considered, more affordably enjoy some really cool craftsmanship and machining, and you know, still get, of course, like the artistic stuff out of it as well. This little guy I just got in the mail today. You're gonna have to forgive me for my carpenter's fingers. I am in the middle of completing a super cool tiny home. I haven't posted any pictures yet on my Instagram, but my Instagram is Salida, S-A-L-I-D-A, residential carpentry, if you guys want to check that stuff out. Having a problem with this focus here, but yeah, this is the Pose Blades cocoon ring spinner. I was very fortunate to pick one of these up. These are brand spanking new. People have only had them for the last, few days or so, and I was lucky enough to score that stainless steel one on this most recent drop. Pretty amazing. And then same thing, this one I've only had a few days. Somehow, when it rains, it pours. I scored this ZeroFeud. This is a mini compass, just to give you an idea of the size here. If you want to look at the rest of this stuff. This is a mini compass in carbon fiber and titanium. I don't know. I actually have this one up for trade right now. I'd like to pick up a titanium bi-cocoon. This is a tri-cocoon. These are all new for anybody who watches my videos. I don't know, or even, I suspect that there's not very many people who watch my videos who are spinner people. I think people who watch my videos are knife people and like going, what the fuck is this stuff? But yeah, I don't know. I am just basically enjoying just the EDC aspect of it, just kind of the machining, the art, the way they feel in your hand and the way they feel spinning, and just everything, man. Like, honestly, like even getting into like different bearings and stuff has been super cool. Like, I have a feeling this one would be pretty damn silent anyway, because it's carbon fiber and it's not going to ring like metal. But this one, I believe, has like a 1-drop bearing in it. Dead silent. It looks like a 1-drop that's in it. Definitely some type of shielded stainless bearing. This has a 1-drop in it also, but it's actually been dropped, so you can hear it's kind of jangly and stuff, which I have some FZ, some Heck Varula bearings coming in Monday, some HC3s, and this will be the first one that gets replaced, because I don't dislike it, but I really preferred the bearing that came in that, which I think I damaged removing. This is another kind of loud, jangly bearing. This thing's been dropped like 5 times. But honestly, in this one, for me, I know there's probably a spinner dude watching this going, I think I might puke. I hate that. But I don't know, for some reason I actually like it. Whoa, watch out. I need to be careful with this thing. I'm actually even nervous having it out, to be honest, because I don't want to risk getting the smallest micro scratch on it. Because I mean, I'm trying to trade this for like $170 spinner, $180 spinner. I paid $175 for this thing, and but I've had offers for over $300 for it so far. So I don't want to mess it up at all. Obviously, though, being a bar spinner, these actually do feel pretty similar, and this thing is feather light too, being 6L 4V solid, all titanium except for the bearing that's in there, and this one having titanium buttons and carbon fiber body / arms, whatever you want to call it. But this one is a lot bigger, and it actually is also considerably lighter, several grams lighter, I'd say. Feels like nothing. It's like Tinkerbell's fart, or queef. I should have said queef. Damn it, can't take that back on the live videos. Nobody tuning in right now, but that's okay. It is Friday night. It's the holidays. I actually just got back from spending some family time, and my beautiful wife is asleep early. And so yeah, I get a little me time to screw around. This pose, this is a, this would be the only one that I have that I actually got secondhand. Also got this is a ModusWorks thin, low profile button, set of titanium buttons, which I will be selling very soon. But yeah, this I got secondhand for kind of a pretty penny. These things are like $200. And the guy called it 8 out of 10 condition. It actually had like a faux mokutai anodize on it that I just didn't like, so I did away with it with 2 hot OxyClean baths, which I did film, but ended up being quite a long and very boring video. I would say, I'm actually going to attempt to sit here. Let's see if I can get a better look at the camera, because I do want to get some decent footage of this. This thing right here it's incredible. Like, I would say everything I've ever heard anyone say positive about this thing is absolutely 100% accurate. Anything I've heard anyone say negative about this thing, I don't think I could get behind, except for, yeah, it's expensive. And like, yeah, you can get a Unquiet Hands. Oh, this is new. This is an Unquiet Hands titanium 22 millimeter pond button. But yeah, they'll say like, oh yeah, but I can get an Unquiet Hands, like whatever, blah, blah. I don't know, I'm just like, yeah, maybe you can. And the machining on this is really, really incredible, to be honest with you. Like, it's outstanding, these buttons here. I wouldn't say incredible, but it's fantastic. They feel really good. But for me, it's like, if I really love a design versus, okay, that's cool. Like, that's a big difference for me. And that right there is the difference between this $200 cocoon and like an $80, whatever it might be. So I personally, it's like, yeah, of course I'd rather not pay $200 for this, but at the same time, that's what it costs, and I think it's a stunning design. This one here, the buttons, when I got it, had some pretty significant scratching on it, just kind of totally not uniform, like it had been slid across a table a few times, and I just was like, don't like that. So that's why you see, it actually looks kind of shitty on this video here, but it looks pretty good in person. I did that flat sanded thing there, and I could polish it. We'll see. I'm just kind of, I wanted it to also kind of maybe add a little bit of grip, because these buttons here are pretty damn slick. I've got a set of XL titaniums, new bearings coming in here. I was hoping the guy would mail them the day before yesterday, but whatever, it's the holidays, so hopefully he says he'll get them mailed tomorrow, which is Saturday. Anywho, I don't know, man. This thing is just so super sweet. Easily my favorite spinner of this whole bunch, I would say. The Lautie this thing's obviously outstanding as well. You know, I mean, I don't think anybody outdoes the machining of these guys. I mean, look at this thing. It's just ridiculously out of focus. Let's see if I can focus on it without shaking my camera too much. Focus here, you bitch. It's not wanting to. All right, well, but the machining is just so incredible on this. Man, I tell you what, the high quality Chinese machining is just, I don't know, man. It's definitely, I don't see it being contemporarily outdone. I mean, these guys are really, I mean, this thing is, I mean, it easily is the finest machining of the bunch of stuff that I have here. Not only is it absolutely intricate, but it also is just perfect, you know. I mean, not the slightest blemish or tool mark or machine mark or anything like that going on with it. So, what have I not picked up yet? Still, obviously, this thing is I'll listen to the sound too, it makes, that's cool. This thing obviously is just a beast when it comes to like wonderful spin times. So everything on this table is titanium except for the stainless steel ring spinner. I just don't want to drop it. From Pose Blades. This thing is, god damn it, of course, go down to wood. This thing is, I don't know, I would call it more or less on the chopping block. I wouldn't call it like a keeper like I would some of these other ones. I snagged it because I could, and I snagged it because there's other things I'd like to potentially trade it for down the road. So that's one of the really cool things, just like knives, but kind of even more so with the spinners, is it seems like the fans are a little more rabid. So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still new to all this, but, and then same thing with this. I got it because it's rare, it's hard to find, and they're super hyped up. And the ZeroFeuds they get snagged up instantly, and they have a really strong following. I don't want to bounce it on my finger because I just know I'm going to drop it. This thing it's actually pretty, it's so crazy. It's like, it's unbelievably smooth. I guess probably because of that bearing that's in there, but also just there's like hardly any resistance or anything. It feels so wild, but super cool too, obviously. But yeah, just kind of like a little update here on the spinning things. What else? Oh yeah, the Rotablade. I was I've been showing a lot of my spinners to a buddy at work, and this is the one he still likes the most. This is my OG. This is my first spinner here. I feel like if you're gonna get into something or test something out, it makes a lot more sense to go for a highly regarded, you know, unfortunately expensive, but go for something really nice. And that'll give you a really good idea of if that's for you or not, you know. And this thing is definitely really nice. Probably my next spinner related video is going to be, I would assume, more like about bearings, more talking about swapping bearings out and stuff. I haven't done a whole lot of bearing swapping. Let's see, just looking at these guys. Nope, I haven't swapped any of these bearings. This one actually came with a different bearing, but I haven't even tried it out. But I put like different bearings, like 3 different bearings, but like different types of bearings. But as far as like how many times I've swapped the bearings in this thing, like 6 times or more, lots of times actually. And I'm really liking a hybrid ceramic, I think. I'm still new to it, but what I want it to feel more like it did when it was new. It was smoother, it wasn't as loud, but it had a really good, judder, but just not as juddery as this one drop that's been dropped a few times. Also, this one drop here, I removed the dust covers on, so that also made it a good bit louder. But I think the jangling that you're hearing is a result of it being dropped. But again, I'm not 100% sure, but okay, well, I think that's it, dudes and dudettes. That's another cool thing. There's a lot more females interested in spinners than there are in knives, which I think is cool. But well, let's see. I might have to move this thing. I have it in a little clamp device. I'm gonna split, dudes. Palabra tu madre, and we will see you next time.